It's Ricky here with a Watch Me Edit video that a photo has been submitted to see what I will do with it. So I wanted to show you how I'm going to import this photo from Dropbox, a raw file. You saw I hit import, select source, other source, Dropbox, my shared folder, choose, and we're going to see it show up right here. This photo is sent in from Tammy, and we are going to see what we can do with this moody, good weathery image. Looks like we have her edits on here. We're going to reset it. This looks to be, yeah. So this is going to be the raw file straight to the camera. I think this is a fantastic image. I really love moody weather shots. I just think they lend an element of interest that you wouldn't otherwise get and you can't really recreate. And so it's really interesting to see kind of what you can do with weather, right? And I love that you can see the rain beating up here. I love that this kind of feels like a leading line to the canoe and then back out to the water. And I think it's well composed with getting the tree line in the background. So let's kind of see what we can, so just at first looking at this, my response is going to be, I want this to be really, really good and moody. I want to, I don't know, I want to feel like it's the rainy day that it is. I want it to be kind of autumnal, kind of dark. Nothing too wild, but this is a good fun opportunity to kind of play with tone curve and other options that I wouldn't normally do. So here we're going to go into the specific color channels, and I don't do this too often because I do find this to be a little more finicky and fine-tuned and difficult to kind of do, but it is fun to play with and see kind of what we can do. Like, that looks insane, right? But as you keep making these adjustments, you get a lot of, like, I don't know, you can get some really interesting edits that you can't really replicate any other way. So if you've never played with tone curve, I would definitely recommend that you give it a try, just because it lends to some really, really amazing and dramatic images, which is always what I'm looking for. Like, I really want some depth and I want some character. If you're wondering, all of these here are really just going to be varieties of an S-curve, and that's kind of an easy way to kind of get some colors in here. I just realized I always tend to do this, is let's fix the lens corrections. That makes a huge difference. I'm so glad. I was like, why is that not looking right? And yeah, so I've seen a lot of presets where they keep that off, and look how that looks, especially as the tone curve, it's not adjusting right. So we want that enabled. That looks a lot better. Go back to the RGB channel. Gonna adjust the lights here. Mid-tones a little. Yeah, that's looking good. Alright, in the HSL color panel, you can select one color and then you can have all the options, or just select individually, or here obviously it's all, so whatever works for you. I tend to go back and forth depending on how many adjustments I'm going to make. And I'm just kind of playing with colors. Like, I know that sometimes it helps if you just like do really dramatic colors, like you can see all the oranges there, no oranges. I tend to just make smaller shifts because the dramatic changes kind of shock my eye. But if that helps you, then absolutely, rock the slider from left to right and see, see what's being changed, what you're liking, what you're not. I'm going to go in the blues. Like I said, we're just really going for the mood. This is, I know Tammy took this kind of late summer. We're saying goodbye to the season. And now we can, all those adjustments here, not huge, but a little change. and that will be further adjusted as we go down. Let's put the split toning here where I would like it. I see the changes here. Now, all of my photos tend to be warmer. I do think this photo would be a great option for a cooler image, depending on the style. Your specific style of what you want would be where you really want to kind of adjust the tone there. But right now I've also been playing with kind of some darker blues and darker oranges, so dark cools and warm tones, just to get a little more depth in my photos, if you will. Like, that's lately, especially as the season changes and there's just been a heavier mood in the world, I tend to just feel that in my photos, and I just really can't help myself. That's just how it comes across when I'm creating things. So split toning. I actually might bring this back down over here. There we go. Yeah, we'll see that kind of looks a little cool right there. So here's a before, after. I think that's pretty good. It's good moodiness. Another thing to consider when you're editing photos like this is you don't want to lose the quality of the image, right? When you are shooting in moody weather and there is like rain and fog and it's overcast and you know, there's any opportunity for haze or kind of cloud on your lens, or just it's not super crisp, right? Because it kind of lends to the ethereal look where it's just there's a moody vibe going on. You still want your photo to look high quality. You still want it to look really good. Now, I know this may not be everybody's preference, but this is a way that I like it to kind of stand out. I'm actually feeling like I kind of want this red to be adjusted a slight bit more. A little more intense, just because that's kind of the main subject of the photo right now. And it's kind of fun just to have that really stand out. Yeah, so I think this looks pretty good. I'm going for depth. I'm going for just a real intensity in the photo, where it's not, right. Like this is not an unreal scene to walk upon. It doesn't look ridiculous. The colors aren't wildly changed, but you can tell there's a thick mood, and that's what you really want to work with. So it's always what I'm working to enhance in my photos, is just a good mood. A good mood, not necessarily like a happy mood, but like good mood as far as like replicating what's there. There's actually this little bit here in the water. That'd be an easy adjustment. I think if you're really good at wanted to like spend time editing this, you could remove these things here, even maybe this tree right here. But for the sake of not spending all day editing the photo, this is a good option. This is also a good photo with kind of that fog dampened look, is to adjust the dehaze a little bit. I've kind of already edited it around with that same look in mind, but if there was fog, you can kind of see how it brings out the intensity, cutting through the haze of the photo, right? Like of the rain, of the fog, of cloud coverage. I'm sure there's a better way to explain that, or better terms, but yeah, so I think this looks great. I'd love to hear what you guys think. You can see I obviously went for a warmer photo. I couldn't even help myself. Maybe even that kind of helps a little. And yeah, so quality, clarity, a mood, just kind of getting that feeling right. This is going to be an image where I think I would actually walk away from it and come back and edit it again, just to see if there's further adjustments I would make. I had actually gone through this photo one time before, and I found myself wanting to see if I could bring out detail or interest up here, and I just couldn't, because there isn't detail, color, or interest to pull from back here because of the rain and the thickness of the haziness in the sky, or in the scene here. You know, so you really want to focus on the areas that you can control: the shadows, the color of the canoe, the grass, the rocks, and everything. So I'm very happy with how this looks. I think this is a great photo. This is great image representing the seasons and change. And Tammy, I think you did a great job. I hope that maybe this inspired you to edit with a little more of your own style, with some intensity and interest. Yeah, so if you have any other photos that you want to submit to see how I would edit them, I would love to give them a try. Of course, this, again, you don't have to edit the way that I would. I'm not going to edit the way that you would, but it is fun to see another take on a photo you took. So I hope you guys have a great day.